Everyone thinks a giant power station is just a bigger battery, but here's the thing, the Zendure SuperBase V6400 doesn't just store power, it manages it like a mini smart grid. That matters more than capacity because real-life outages aren't about peak numbers, they're about control, mobility, and recovery time. I went in skeptical. I tested the V6400 for 2 weeks through a blackout simulation, a weekend off-grid, a workshop stress test, and cold weather charging. And what I discovered changed how I think about home backup. Before we dive into what I discovered, quick heads up. If you're already leaning toward the V6400 and want the best current price, I've got a link below. But stick around because the surprises I found might change how you configure it and save you money. Here's the setup. I needed something that could actually carry a house through a winter outage without turning my living room into a gas generator zone. My last power station failed 3 ways. It charged slowly, it choked on appliance surges, and in the cold it basically gave up. I've also burned cash on systems that look great on a spec sheet and then crumble in the real world. So I wanted 3 things: real 24-hour household support, fast recovery between storms, and something I could actually move by myself. On paper, the SuperBase V6400 is 6.4 kWh with a 3800W inverter, expandable to a frankly ridiculous 64 kWh with extra batteries. But paper and reality are 2 different games. I was hopeful but skeptical, especially at the price. I've been let down before. Test 1, blackout simulation. I put the V6400 on critical loads: full-size fridge, gas furnace blower, router and modem, LED lights, phone and laptop charging. Real-world draw averaged 320 to 520 watts depending on the furnace cycle. After 18 hours, the battery read 55% remaining. That's with normal living, not camping in your house mode. The inverter stayed cool, fan noise low. The surprise? UPS switching. Zendure claims millisecond switching, and my desktop and NAS didn't even flicker during a cutover. That's the difference between peace of mind and data loss. But then I pushed surge handling. Workshop test, a 15-amp miter saw, shop vac, and a small air compressor. The V6400's 3800W continuous with higher surge headroom handled the saw start and compressor kick-in without tripping. I did see momentary spikes near 3 kW plus surge, and it held. Inverter efficiency looked strong. AC to AC conversion losses were in the single digits during sustained loads. Fan noise ramps under heavy loads, but even then it was conversation level in a garage. But then comes recharge. Most stations fall apart here. I ran high-speed AC charging and saw real-world rates that put 0 to 80% in about an hour and a half, depending on circuit capacity. That means you can survive a night outage and be back to almost full before lunch. I also tried an EV charger session at a public station using the supported cable. Result: recharge times were dramatically shorter than a standard wall outlet, useful if you're on the move or need a quick top-up. But here's where it gets interesting: solar input. I fed it a 1200W portable array under clear noon sun and saw 1100 to 1180W sustained. MPPT tracking was responsive to shifting light. In a 6-hour winter window, I put back roughly a full day's worth of critical loads. It's not magic, it's just honest PV harvest with a big buffer. Cold weather too. The semi-solid state chemistry in the V6400 handled low temps better than the other stations I've used. I charged in the 20s Fahrenheit after enabling battery heating, and it took current without protest. That's the difference between theoretical specs and a system that actually works in February. Mobility is a deal maker for me because 130-ish pounds is not casual. Zendure's motorized wheels are not a gimmick. I pulled it up my sloped driveway and over a threshold by myself. The handle is sturdy. Is it light? No. Is it the first heavy power station I'd call truly portable for one person? Yes. Port selection covers what you expect. Multiple AC outlets, high wattage USB-C for laptops, 12V DC outputs, and high amp DC for RV or DIY circuits. The app has smart features like time of use scheduling and prioritizing solar. I ran it to shave peak utility rates during the week and it actually made a dent. Now the revelation: I expected capacity, I didn't expect control. The V6400's strength is how it moves energy. Rapid AC charging, solid solar harvest, fast UPS switching, and very good cold performance. That combination changes the math. Over 2 weeks, I cycled it daily for time-of-use savings and 3 times for simulated outages. The semi-solid-state battery didn't just sound cool in marketing. It held usable capacity in the cold where my LFP stations got sluggish. Compared to EcoFlow's Delta Pro and Bluedy's AC500 setups I've used, Zendure's motorized mobility and cold weather behavior are real differentiators. EcoFlow's ecosystem is mature and Bluedy's inverter is a beast, but the V6400's daily use features plus the way it recovers between events made it feel less like an emergency brick and more like an everyday energy tool. Is it too good to be true? Not quite. There are trade-offs. It's heavy, it's not cheap, and if you want whole home transfer or 240V split phase, you'll need Zendure's home panel and potentially a second unit. Fan noise under max charge is noticeable. The app had one hiccup during a firmware update that required a retry, but the core promise, serious backup with fast recovery and cold-friendly chemistry, delivered. Now that you know the real edge is power management and recovery, not just capacity, you'll want to lock this in before storm season or peak summer grid stress. I'll keep the best current deal linked below, along with the accessories I'd actually buy, like extra satellite batteries and the smart home panel if you want circuit-level backup. Bottom line, if you want a plug-and-play solution that can legitimately carry critical home loads for a day or two, recharge fast, and double as a daily energy tool, the Zendure SuperBase V6400 is a top-tier pick. Homeowners in storm-prone regions, RVers with high-draw appliances, and pros who need stable, surge-capable power will love it. If you're a minimalist camper or on a strict budget, this is overkill. For everyone else, here's what nobody tells you. The V6400 isn't just a big battery, it's a power strategy on wheels.